I told him every detail that he wanted to know.
He looked me in the eye and he said, you know what? I've got 2 young daughters. I wouldn't have any problem living across the street from you. I don't think you're a monster at all. He said, don't let him turn you into a monster.
I honestly
as he
had no
threw the cuffs on me
fucking
and stuck
clue
me in
that
the
it was
back
even
of the car.
possible for a 12-year-old girl to develop an attraction to a full-grown adult man.
I've got everything I need for this video. How about you? Hello and welcome to the Miniverse, and today, my 10-inch plastic body is filled with so much anger. So recently, I was minding my own business, logged into my Instagram, and I was absolutely shocked, with the first notification being this. Instagram was suspending my page, and they were going to permanently disable my account, and that I was violating their IG guidelines on integrity and authenticity, and I have to say, as a black plastic woman, that's right now. I find this to be extremely interesting, hurtful, offensive, and lastly, hypocritical. Because a few seconds later after I got that notification, I saw someone trending. You see this guy? This man's name is Jesse W. Stark, and he's living a peaceful life on Instagram after serving time for R-wording a 12-year-old girl, child, small individual child. Him, right here, which he's claiming on Instagram pursued him, a 30-something-year-old man, and he just couldn't fight her off.
I did not pursue that very young woman.
Wrong. Not a woman, a 12-year-old child.
I did not prey upon her. She was the one who was pursuing me.
Yep, that's right. He's playing the victim. And now you know why I invested in one of these. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with your Instagram, Mini Michelle? Nothing. I just think it's hypocritical that they were quick to try to wipe my Instagram and I have to prove to them, increase my anxiety, take pictures of myself, to prove that I'm real or not a robot, you know, for violating the guidelines and keeping the community safe and truthful and real. And yet, this man is violating a very large rule that's on their website right now. You see, Instagram has a rule that people like Jesse are not allowed to even have an account on Instagram. So now you're probably saying, well, maybe Instagram doesn't know. Okay, remember when I said this guy went viral? Jesse recently went ultra viral on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, the news, everywhere, after he made a slew of videos talking about how a 12-year-old girl took advantage of him when he was in his mid-30s.
Know that she was attracted to me until my hand was on her vagina.
I know that that is something that is difficult for some people to accept, but it is the truth that I will stand upon till the day I die. I was very confused by this whole thing. I did not know that it was possible for a puberty-age girl, a pre-teenage girl, to develop an attraction towards a full-grown adult man in his early 30s. Not just a crush, but like she was pursuing me.
Stop, okay, wait, I know we have our pitchfork, our rake, and of course, our shovel, among other useful gardening utensils, ready to set forth and take care of certain things. But please, stick around. This isn't even the worst of what Jesse has said on the internet that infuriated me and thousands, maybe even millions of people. I can't show you the clip right now until we get a little deeper into this video, as YouTube will flag my video, demonetize it for some reason. They don't like YouTubers speaking against people like Jesse. So keep in mind, this is why I censor myself very heavily on this topic. So the people who complain about that, you either want me to get the word out or you want my video to get suppressed. Choose which one. Very confusing that people get mad at creators who censor themselves like that in order to get the word out, when we all should be mad at this clump nugget. Okay, now let's get into the videos of him trying to find sympathy from random people on TikTok, even though he brags about living off the grid. So Jesse seems to believe he really didn't do anything wrong because the 12-year-old girl is the one that pursued him.
I was always led to believe that a relationship of that nature would be unnatural. And the only reason an interaction would take place between such an age difference would be because the man instigated it and because that man was perverse.
Throughout the video, he refers to the 12-year-old girl as Virgin Mary.
So she represents, in my life story, she is the Virgin Mary. I did not take her virginity.
He's extremely upset through the video because people are calling him the R word.
And that's kind of the whole point of this. I've been accused of all kinds of things. I've been accused of, you have to be careful with the words that you use.
That's not an accusation, babe. That's the literal fact. People have posted the paperwork many a time. Jesus, this man doesn't even know what he did and he served time in prison. Idiot. And claiming to be a changed man. Wonderful. According to Jesse, for a while, this child just really wanted him so bad. Really wanted to be with him. Really wanted everything about him and she couldn't take it. And he constantly had to fight her off.
I refer to her as the Virgin Mary because I did not take her virginity. She was sitting on the kitchen table and I was leaning against the counter across from her with my arms folded, and I was telling her, no, there is no way that this is going to happen between you and I.
Then he lists off multiple times that this girl, this young child, wanted him and how he definitely told her, don't do that, and then twiddled his thumbs in the corner, scared for his life of this child that just wouldn't stop.
You are not allowed to sneak into my room and be naked with me.
Why was she in the nude with you, sir? How the hell did that even happen? I've never been even remotely nude with a child.
I told her, you are not allowed to sneak into the shower when I'm in there taking a shower.
So this is incident number 2?
You are not allowed to come up behind me.
And why is he laughing about this? I'm trying to find the joke. Maybe someone can explain it to me?
And put your my hand on your breast.
So 3 separate times this happened to you.
When we're watching a movie and I'm half asleep, you are not allowed to take my hand and put it on your private parts. You are not allowed to do that.
Never mind. 4 separate times. 4 separate instances that this girl did all these things to you while you sat there and was a good 30-year-old something man, and you didn't think as an adult to stop hanging out with the 12-year-old girls. And also adult to adult, I'm 34, if you must know. I know you can't tell from the skin. Smooth as plastic. But as a 34-year-old, why are you watching movies with a 12-year-old child? I am a full adult woman, and I have never been alone with a 12-year-old to watch a movie. So why are you doing that as a 30-something-year-old man? Just wondering.
There's no possible universe where you and I are ever going to be physical together. And she sat there and cried, and she said, my boyfriend is breaking up with me.
So then you decided to have relations with her? Is that the logic here? I would say, well, you gotta talk to your parents, youngin', and I'm gonna do the same thing. Tell your parents that you're coming on to me and I'll never be coming here again. But no, that's not what Jesse did. Instead, according to him, he was just so shocked, so blown away. He didn't even know what was going on when they were doing it.
My mind was blown. I did not understand what was going on when it was going on.
Sir, you are in your mid-30s. I'm pretty sure you know how the human reproductive organs work and how it's working together.
It has taken me a lot of years to make sense of what happened between she and I and why it happened.
Because you wanted it to. And because you let it happen. I was a trainer for most of my 20s and I worked with a lot of youth sports and used to train high school and middle school athletes for personal strength training. And let me tell you guys, those little teenage boys will attain a crush on you. And they will say little tiny comments that are questionable, trying to test the waters and see if that's okay for them to say. And it's not.
I'm telling on you.
And so then I have to have that awkward conversation right in front of them with their mommy, who comes and picks them up, and then they're very embarrassed and never do it again. Then I hand them over to the 48-year-old trainer over there, 48-year-old Joe. He don't like conversation, he just likes to train. Good luck, kid. Jesse is an adult, and this happened years ago. He went to jail. He supposedly learned his lesson, but in my opinion, it looks like he learned absolutely nothing. He still thinks he didn't do anything wrong. He thinks the 12-year-old came on to him and he had no choice but to go with it. And it was pretty much her fault and her choice, and he was just in the state of shock that a 12-year-old liked him. 12-year-olds like and want a lot of things. That doesn't mean you just give it to them. Parenting 101. Anyway, so at the end of the video, he goes into this very long word vomit spiel of how Christianity made him this way. And this is all Christianity's fault.
I see that the people who are the product of Christian sexual ideology are very uptight, and they're the guys who are have no problem going around claiming manifest destiny and claiming might is right and stomping on other people. It's the people who have been playing this game of stuff the sexual emotions that are responsible for really messing up the planet.
Okay, so what does that have to do with you sitting on a couch with a 12-year-old and then her flirting with you and you going for it? Anyway, he goes on about how Christians have a skewed version of sex and indigenous people do not, and I'm very confused onto why this topic is in here and what it has to do with his situation.
And the tribal people were, for the most part, friendly and harmless and warm and generous, whereas the Christians, who are all sexually screwed up inside, are going around conquering, enslaving, taking people's food and resources, and just generally wreaking havoc on planet Earth. I'm not claiming that I think full-grown adult men should be allowed to just have their way with young people.
Yes, so you say here. But in another video, you were confidently singing a different tune, Jesse, and I think we're deep enough in this video that I can show you the clip that had so many people accumulating anger. Mobs were being formed, people were looking for this man, and honestly, rightfully so. And after seeing this clip, you might want to join them.
It is my goal, my aspiration, to teach your offspring, your young, how to make love. Yes, I'm talking 10, 11, 12 years old. I want to teach your children how to make love.
Shovels, anyone? I've got shovels.
Torches! Get your torches!
Rakes too for anyone that's low. Let me remind you, this man is a registered S-word offender, and Instagram's rule says that you are not allowed to be on Instagram. And look at that. As of today, the day that I'm filming, August 7th, he is still on Instagram. He was a public profile saying all these things, but he quickly went into hiding and went private. But he's still there. This story has been on the news. He has gone viral. Hundreds of calls were even called to the police, and he is still on Instagram. He was also on YouTube, and I was about to rage, but as of yesterday, I can't find his channel anywhere. It was called Free Range Human Project, but please let me know if it's still there, maybe under a different name, so that I can sit in my miniature world and get very big mad about it. But clearly, Instagram loves to have guys like Jimmy on their platform, even though it breaks their rules. And I find that very hypocritical to be so swift with my Instagram, but not swift with his at all. Anyway, I hope this video pissed you off. I know I'm pissed, but thank you guys so much for coming to today's video, and Jimmy, and anyone like him, go to hell. Remember everyone, keep your damn hands off the children, and I will see all of you next time. Bye.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
I'm telling on you.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood